Hi fellas. Another 8 been jailed. I mean, there's scores of them. The jails are full of them. But another 8 guys have been jailed for historic offences on 13 to 17 year olds between 1998 and 2005, as you see, in nice posh wealthy Oxford. I've only been there once or twice, but it's a nice place, home of a great university. But there's been many more cases recently. Scores and hundreds and thousands of girls attacked. It's the same thing each time. You know, they catch them on a night out when they're out with the mum or out with the mates, and you know, they're a little bit vulnerable. Perhaps they haven't got a dad around. You know, perhaps dad's busy at work. You know, we don't get as much attention as they should do, and these guys jump on them literally. It's sick. It really is sick. But it's the same old story. Lots of flattery, few gifts, free food, free pizzas. Get the number. You know, I'll look after you. You know, we'll be together forever. Even though they've got kids of their own usually. It's usually innocent girls to go for. They can spot them a mile away. And there has been cases where girls, I was just reading one before, might do a video on, where I don't know if they actually got them, but they were grooming an 8-year-old kid online. That was on Facebook, and a few years ago. But it's a terrible problem, because you see, it's all down to culture. Yes, it's all down to culture. Just as it's my culture not to attack, most of your guys' culture not to attack innocent girls who are just growing up and have all the time in the world to meet a man and to get used to being a young woman. Oh no, these guys bypass all that. Oh yeah, they want to jump on them when they're 13, 14 or 8. As we know, the guy that invented this ideology, he had a peculiar liking for youngsters. I'll just leave it at that, shall I? I won't say any more than that. He had a peculiar, quite unnatural liking for young girls and boys. I think you'll know who I'm talking about. I'm not allowed to mention his name, because as with the terrorist attacks recently in London, if you just mention, like, what they're commonly called in America, these people, the way they follow their life, the way they go to the toilet, you know, they follow this particular man's life to the letter as far as possible. You know, they've got a great deal of contempt for our laws, but the Home Secretary and the judge had a lot to say about these guys. Yes, where is the Asian Home Secretary? I don't know what ethnic background he is, but Home Secretary Shazid Javid, could be Indian descent, I don't know. As a father myself, I'm glad this barbaric group of men is finally behind bars, just as has been done, and they no longer pose a threat to society or the young girls they preyed on. I mean, you can imagine, especially for the younger ones, what sort of start to womanhood is that, eh? Just at the time when they should be able to trust a boy or a man to get with, and maybe, you know, take that step into womanhood, you know, whatever age they happen to be. You know, it all gets back to that natural development of growing up and becoming a young woman and meeting a nice guy and perhaps settling down, perhaps not. But it's all bypassed by these monsters. They have terrible problems forming relationships. They suffer from mental health problems. I mean, there's one here, she can't sleep. She can't seem to form a natural relationship, a normal relationship. I'll try and put a link underneath actually, because it's quite interesting, especially from the Home Secretary. They were all caught as part of Operation Silk, Thames Valley Police investigation into non-recent child exploitation in Oxford. There's loads of cases going on in Yorkshire at the moment. I was up there today with Paul Golding, and as we know, the other patriot, Tommy Robinson, was thrown in clink, falsely, wrongly, for reporting in the street outside Leeds Crown Court for 27 men and 2 women that will go down. I mean, the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, don't go spending like £200,000, £300,000 or more, probably a lot more, pursuing these men, gathering evidence, getting DNA, getting extensive witness statements. You know, they don't go to Crown Court unless they believe they're going to win. I mean, that business with Tommy was just a set-up, a cock-up, as some people have called it. But the one Tommy reported on isn't the only one. I believe there's certainly one other involving 30 men and one woman, 31 in total, and there's another one to come, I believe. All told, just in Huddersfield, Halifax, West Yorkshire area, right at the moment, I understand it, but certainly 60, 58, 60, and I believe it's 90. I heard wind of another case which I haven't managed to track down yet. There's 90 people, 90 of these men and a couple of women who are just as fault, just as badly at fault, aren't they? I mean, if a mother or a young woman sees men in the 20s, 30s, 40s and 50s, you know, wanting to take girls upstairs above kebab houses or into guest houses from the age of 10, as our Tommy reported. I mean, 11, I beg your pardon, 11 in that case was the youngest. I mean, as a mother and a female and a responsible woman, even if she's subjugated, she should do something, shouldn't she? She should raise her voice or shout or call the cops or do something, even if that means like getting out of the house for safety. But we didn't. Women involved are going to go down because they're complicit. We didn't do anything to stop it. Just as if you can see there's going to be an imminent accident and you think by shouting a warning or you could prevent it. I mean, it's your duty in natural law to try and speak up, isn't it? To try and shout a warning. Hey, be careful. That's not safe. You know, if you don't do this, then you are complicit in the accident or the crime that happens. So there you go, guys. That's nice, lovely Oxford, which also has been plagued with these uncivilised, barbaric, and, has to be said, racist gangs, because they are too frightened. They would never dream of targeting any of their girls. It's our girls who are viewed extremely badly under this ideology, and in fact we all are. We are under this particular ideology, which you can bet your bottom dollar all these guys follow. You can bet your bottom dollar. You can usually tell from their names.